Good morning. This is Saturday, January 23rd, 2010. I'm reading the Wall Street Journal, and the journal is telling us that the Dow has seen the worst week since last March. Right in the depth of the recession. The worst week. Now, I'll have to tell you the truth. The stock market makes no sense to me. I understand how it works. But what it does when it goes up and down is a mystery to me. I couldn't tell you what it means, other than people lost a lot of value in their stocks this week. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why. David Boies, the attorney who is trying to strike down Proposition 8, God bless him, thinks that they've established a good case so far. Now the defense team is preparing to make its case. A friend of mine walked into the Algonquin, a man who I'd known for years, and he had never really told me he was gay. But you sort of assumed that. He walked in. The man is in his 80s. He came up to me and told me that he and his partner had just gotten married in some state where it's legal. His partner is a man also. The joy on his face was all you needed to see to make you never doubt the propriety of gay marriage. He was so happy to be joined in marriage with his partner, who was also in his 80s, maybe in his 70s, I don't know. But if you could have experienced that, you would no longer feel anything negative about gay people marrying. They want to live together. They want to enjoy the same legal benefits that heterosexual couples have when they get married. I can't think of a reason in the world why they shouldn't have that right. The only opposition can be just religious, that it's a sin or it's not natural or something, but of course it's natural. Look around, it's obviously very natural. But God didn't want it. Okay, all right. I don't know. Jesus didn't want it. Sure, Jesus didn't want it. And he hung out with 12 guys all through those years. Oh, well, I don't know. And the National Enquirer exposed the John Edwards affair. The former editor of the National Enquirer writes to defend the National Enquirer is looking into John Edwards' affairs, and I've always thought recently I've thought the Enquirer was probably a pretty reliable source, and they've turned out to be. Even though they're selling sleaze, they're selling the right sleaze. They rarely seem to say things that aren't true. So I think the National Enquirer should become the paper to read. I'm going to have to read it more. I think it's going to be more fun. I'm going to be reading the National Enquirer from now on. It's a good idea. Stocks this week. I'm sorry about that. Big banks' pay change augurs ill for stockholders. Augurs ill for stockholders. I like augurs. I think we should all use augurs in a sentence every day. But what it's saying is that the banks are now going to be paying their employees bonuses in stock, therefore increasing the number of shares outstanding and lowering the value of the present stockholders. You know, these banks, these guys get in there and they just want to get as much money out of that bank as they can. Maybe we need a new banking system. Maybe they should be allowed to fail.